Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a knife video for you. I've got something pretty cool to share with you today, and it's actually not this steel wheel roamer, although this is kind of cool, and I'm glad Steel Will was willing to send it out to me for review. It does relate to this, so I'll just tell you here now. I was in contact with Steel Will about getting one of these because you guys had indicated that you'd like to see some more fixed blades, and so I was trying to accommodate that, and I've got this as well as a few other fixed blades coming up that you'll see on the channel. Anyway, talking to Steel Will, and it came to my attention that they had a new folder coming out that was going to be similar in, I don't know, sort of design and feel and construction, I guess, to the other steel wheels that have been popular, the Modus and the Cutjack and that kind of thing, only it was going to be a little bit bigger. And so while I was talking to Steel Will, I said, hey guys, would there be any chance of getting my hands on that folder? And they said, sure, Kevin, as long as you don't share it with anybody before we tell you that you're allowed. And so I recently got the word that, hey, everything's good, you can go ahead. And so what we have here is the F35 Lanner. You can see D2. I'm assuming this means black stonewash. G10 OD green and G10 black. That's going to be the backspacer. So let's go ahead and get the knife over here and you can take a look at it. So there it is. This is the Steel Will Lanner. Certainly a larger knife. You can see the black stonewash finish on that D2 blade. Obviously G10 here. Let's have a quick rundown on the sort of specs and construction and that kind of thing. As I indicated here, we've got black stonewash D2 with a fairly thick blade stock, reasonably thin behind the edge though. So I think this will be a pretty good performer. Really nice finger choil there with a little swale on the back for your thumb. I definitely like that option. You guys have often heard me complain about knives that don't have anywhere for me to rest my thumb when I go to bring my hand up a little higher here. We have a liner lock. Now let's notice the construction here for a second. We have stainless steel liner on the lock side and then just plain G10 on the non-lock side, which is a really, really nice way of doing this. And I really appreciate when knife companies do that because it really cuts down the weight. And I will get a weight measurement on here in a second. Before we move away from sort of the lockup area, you can take a look in there, hopefully. Well, you can see the hidden stop pin, but you should be able to see, and I'm kind of failing to show you what I really want to show you here. Anyway, you may have to take my word for it. You can kind of see there, but not really, that we have phosphor bronze washers in here. You can kind of see the bronze showing just a little bit there by my finger. So yeah, phosphor bronze washers, that's pretty cool. I definitely see this as a really nice EDC blade, really good user. Feels pretty good in hand, definitely a decent amount of handle real estate. Now we can kind of move on here. We've got black G10 on the backspacer, lanyard hole, and a movable clip right or left side tip up carry. So that's sort of a rundown of sort of what this knife has going on. I'll set it down, kind of give you guys a little bit of a look at it while I make sure that the scale is showing the right numbers. And hold on. Come on, there we go. It is showing ounces now, so let me grab that. Give you a quick weight here. Normally, I've been writing this down and just kind of telling you as we go along, but this time I kind of forgot to do that. So 4.5 ounces is not too bad. And let's grab the ruler here and just give you guys a couple of numbers that might be of interest to you. First of all, we have a 3 3/4 inch blade. 4 7/8 inch on the handle length there, so that's how much space it's going to take up in your pocket. 8 5/8, I guess, on the overall length. And what was the other? Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to tell you too, is grip area. So we've got about 3 3/4 inches of grip area there. Okay, so now you've got an idea of how big this knife is, how much space it's going to take up in your pocket, and how much room you've got for your hand. Let me kind of give you my initial thoughts on it. So the detent, I think, is really nicely dialed in. It feels pretty good in hand. It's certainly a stockier, more substantial blade than say the Cutjack or the Modus, if that's, you know, what you're most familiar with. I will say the action is only okay on this. It's not fantastic. And actually, maybe what we'll do is take a second and see if we can't improve that just a little bit. But I have to say this, guys, it's a larger knife, very, very comfortable in hand. I really, really like the ergonomics on this. I like the blade profile. Now, obviously, I can't tell you right now how well it cuts because I haven't had a chance to cut anything with it. And the other thing I would say is, I guess I can also tell you the lock bar is pretty easy to deal with. See if we've got any side-to-side or up and down play. It's pretty solid, although maybe that's why the action is so stiff. Let's see if we can improve that. Now, the other thing I've got for you here is some KPL, so knife pivot lube. Now, this came from, I want to say DNF Edgeworks. I'm probably saying it wrong, so I will put a link to his Instagram profile down below. He's going to be the Canadian distributor for the knife pivot lube and wanted to send a bottle over to me. So I was happy that he did that. Let's actually put this into use and see if we can combine these two to make something a little better. I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed a couple things that I thought I might need. Among them would be a number 8 Torx, which I think is what we're going to find on the pivot there. Let's see how we make out with that. The way I like to do this is to just loosen off that pivot to just create a little more space in there. And I don't know if you can see that now. You can get a good look at those phosphor bronze washers. Okay, so now you can kind of take a look there. Let's, how does this open? It's childproof, so I may be completely unable to open it. Okay, so there is that knife pivot lube. It comes with that neat little applicator tip. And let's see if we can just get some in there where we want it, right on those washers. So there's that side. There's that side. I didn't really get it quite in the right spot over here. So let's see if we can do a little better. Okay, so we've got that in a little better spot now. And actually, I can feel a little bit of a difference already. Put that lid back on, and we'll see if we did anything. Now, sometimes, guys, if you get a new knife and you try doing what I'm doing now and you don't have a lot of success, it may actually be necessary to take further steps and just take the knife apart, clean everything up, especially, and think about any manufacturing facility. It's not a picture of cleanliness. So in manufacture, if some dirt and grime and crap and stuff gets into that pivot, that's not super surprising. Okay, so let's see if we can work that pivot in just a little. I've got it actually too stiff right now, but that's another thing that I often do is over tighten the pivot a little, move it around a little bit, and then just slowly back it off until I get the kind of performance that I want. So very solid there, no movement side to side. I'm going to loosen it off a teeny bit more. See if we can't get it even better. Well, I think that's as good as it's going to get for now. To have any movement side to side, still quite solid. Let's see if we can just back that off even a touch more and get any better performance out of it. Maybe. Is it still solid? Now I'm getting just a teeny bit of movement, and I really don't like that. So I'd like to go back the other way. There we go. One thing I will say there, if you're new to knives, if you've been doing this for a long time, you're very well aware of this. But if you're new to knives, as you're adjusting a pivot, you want to just move it a fraction of an inch. So there, I've got it a little smoother than it came out of box. I think I will actually go ahead and take this knife down completely. I'll grab a picture or two for the review so you can take a look at that. I'm not going to do it here on camera, but I will, take this down and give you guys a full look at the internals on the knife. In the meantime, I have to say, I think Steel Will has done a pretty decent job here. We've got a knife that, decent steel, G10 handle material. Now, I don't know a price point on this, so you'll have to wait and see. I don't think this is available at any retailers yet, but you can probably go to Steel Will's website and pre-order it from there. I'm sure other, I don't know, Blade HQ or Knife Center or something like that may have pre-orders available as well. Okay, Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to getting to kind of play with this and use it. It's a knife that I definitely find myself rather drawn to, so we'll give it some time and see how it goes, and look forward to the full review on this guy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're so inclined, hit the notification button. That's one of the frustrations with YouTube is, you know, they've taken away any significance to the subscribe button. Not that I don't want you to subscribe, but it's almost necessary. If you really want to know when your favorite creators post stuff, you pretty well have to subscribe and hit the notification button. So thanks a lot, guys. If you want to do the channel a huge favor, wait till White Mountain Knives has these and then head over there and pick one up. Again, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.